Good evening, people. Welcome back to another Crypto Sherpa news. I know I've been gone all weekend. I am sorry. I just had one of those weekends where I was just drained. Literally passed out Saturday all day, slept for 14 hours. Literally felt like that's how it was. I literally felt like that's how it would feel like if you were to die. Like my body was just shutting down. It's like, no, can't go on. But yeah, and then Sunday celebrated some birthdays with my family. They were here in town, so yeah. But I'm back here to bring you the crypto news. And up today, we got Microstrategy closes its $500 million deal. Texas governor signs its law or Bitcoin cryptocurrency laws, and banks won't exist in 10 years unless they change. All that and a little bit more. So let's roll that intro and get going. Alrighty, so let me share my screen so we can start off with our first article, which I'm just going to say I do not want to give Elon Musk any, what is that word? Oof, my mind is blanking. What is it? I don't want to give him any credit on this article right here. For Bitcoin soars past 40,000 as following Musk tweet in Tanzania news. Bitcoin rose by 14% following Elon Musk's announcement that Tesla will reinstate Bitcoin purchases once 50% of miners are using clean energy. So yeah, I don't want to give him any, I already forgot the word for what I was going to say. I just don't want to give him any whatever I just said beforehand. I am tired today still. Wow. But credit. That was it. I do not want to give him any credit for this because we've had great news happening all week that did nothing to the market. Elon Musk finally stayed away for a week, which is great. He tweets something and price goes up, which that's kind of predictable. Any guy, genius, billionaire could tweet it that Bitcoin would have done well after all that great news last week. So I don't want to give him any credit for this. But let's read the article. Bitcoin has crossed back over 40,000. Tweets from Tesla CEO Elon Musk and a news about adoption were some of the factors contributing to BTC's rise. The price of Bitcoin BTC rose over 14% on Monday, easily crossing the magic 40,000 mark after almost 3 weeks of languishing in the mid to high 30,000s. Bitcoin's price peaked at $41,117, setting a new monthly high for June, and coming on the heels of a weekend of wild price swings. The wave of positive sentiment came on the back of a number of tweets from Tesla CEO Elon Musk, an announcement that the Republic of Tanzania was making plans to legitimize Bitcoin. Musk has been something of a Pied Piper to Bitcoin since the electric car maker announced 1.5 billion BTC buy in February and said that it would allow cars to be paid for in the cryptocurrency. The move helped to push the cryptocurrency's price over to 60,000 during the following weeks. Soon after, however, Musk changed his tune and said that Tesla would no longer accept Bitcoin, citing concerns about the cryptocurrency's energy use. A regulatory crackdown in China added to Bitcoin's woes. Now, in another apparent volte-face, the Tesla boss has indicated that Bitcoin ban was not permanent, while responding to criticism about his influence on the price of the cryptocurrency. When there is confirmation of reasonable, what is that symbol, 50% clean energy used by miners, with a positive future trend, Tesla will resume allowing Bitcoin transactions. Musk tweeted on Sunday he did not state how this confirmation would happen. Let me scroll down so I can show you the tweet. Where are you? You should be right here. There we go. We have a tweet of Elon Musk's catching flex from Cointelegraph, but what it for this time? Cigna CEO Magda Rizika lambasted him, saying, "What we have seen when Bitcoin is price manipulated by one very powerful and influential individual." Elon Musk retweeted, "This is an inaccurate. Tesla only sold 10% of its holdings to confirm BTC could be liquidated easily without moving market. when there is confirmation of reasonable 50% clean energy uses by miners with positive future trends, Tesla will resume allowing Bitcoin transactions. Alrighty, Muskie. So we basically are there already with, we have a freaking volcano in El Salvador about to mine it. How much more clean energy can you get? All right. Last week's announcement that El Salvador planned to make Bitcoin's legal tender in the country failed to significantly affect the price, but the move may have started a larger trend. Several South and Central American nations have signaling their intent to follow El Salvador's lead, and on Sunday, Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan told financial chiefs of the East African nation that they should prepare plans to introduce cryptocurrency or risk being caught out. So there you go. Yep, so Elon Musk tweeted again that he's going to accept Bitcoin once 50% clean energy gets used, and the country of Tanzania's was announcing their interest in it as well. So most of you don't even know where Tanzania is, but that is in Africa. And yeah, Africa has been booming with cryptocurrencies, with them not being able to really go around and do business with a lot of people, but crypto is helping solve that issue for them. So way to go. All right, let's move on to our next article, where Microstrategy closes its 500 million offering for Bitcoin purchase. Microstrategy completes yet another debt raise to purchase Bitcoin. Very interesting. I love Micro Sellers and his company. Institutional investors quickly bought up the $500 million worth of senior debt notes issued by Microstrategy. The firm will use the 9-figure sum to buy Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is still bullish. Remind me later. Sorry for pop-up ads. MicroStrategy is prepping for yet another significant Bitcoin purchase. The business intelligence firm announced that it had completed its $500 million offering for the newly issued debt notes Monday. The notes bear an annual interest rate of 6.125% for a period of 7 years. The senior secured notes are due in 2028. MicroStrategy estimates that the net proceeds from the sale of the notes and the related guarantees will be approximately $488 million after deducting initial discounts and other expenses. The firm holds 92,079 Bitcoin in its balance sheets, which means it should have over 100,000 coins after using the proceeds from the debt notes. That's more than any other publicly traded company. It started purchasing Bitcoin from the company's cash balance of September. The company then issued 1.6 million in debt in 2020 to make another investment. It has also bought more BTC in smaller amounts of 10 to 15 million over the last few months. Bitcoin's price jumped on Sunday after the confirmation of important updates in its code base, coupled with Elon Musk's confirmation that Tesla would retract its decision to stop accepting Bitcoin payments if 50% of the assets mining came from clean energy sources. Veteran investor Paul Tudor Jones also stirred positive sentiments after doubling down on his Bitcoin investment as an inflationary hedge Monday. MicroStrategy's incoming $500 million buy has further instilled bullishness in the market. Bitcoin was last trading at $40,734. So there you go. MicroStrategy has finished his purchase, and not in this article, but in another one, we will see that. What is it? We see that MicroStrategy wants to purchase even more Bitcoin. So yeah, this one's completed. This job's done. They got a smoking deal, and now they're gonna do it again. So way to go, Micro Sellers. Keep acquiring, keep making that price skyrocket, because we know where it's going in the future. Alrighty, next up, we have billionaire Paul Tudor Jones likes BTC as a portfolio diversify. This was by Ryan James. Ran today on June 14th, 2021. Jones considers Bitcoin as an inflationary trade to protect wealth. The billionaire admits he likes Bitcoin as investments due to certainty. His comments come after increased prices and Fed uncertainty. Ooh, now what does this little article look like? Let's take a look at the art. I always love looking at the artwork for these guys. So fantastic. We just have another the artwork's all the same though, really. You just change the color a bit, but it's always a microscope overlooking a Bitcoin or whatever coin is in the news article. Let's continue on. So, American billionaire and hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones has admitted that Bitcoin is a portfolio diversifier, with a businessman saying he would put 5% of his capital into BTC. In a recent interview with CNBC, Jones admitted that he liked Bitcoin. The billionaire hedge fund manager compared Bitcoin to the Federal Reserve, questioning his faith in reliability and consistency of human nature. When looking at the Fed of 2013 and 2021, Jones admitted that if the Fed acted nonchalantly, he would go all in on the inflation trades. Inflation seeing crypto interest increase. Jones continued saying, I would probably buy commodities, buy crypto, buy gold, Jones said. Jones continued to elaborate how he would invest his portfolio under the current situation, while the businessman admitted that he would likely hold 80% of his portfolio aside and wait to see what the FED is going to do. What they do will have a big impact, he stated. So I was laughing because I actually just spelled out FED when I should just say Fed. We all know who the Fed is. He's the man. That's why I'm laughing. Okay, so following Jones' comments on liking Bitcoin, he explained how he would invest the remaining 20% of his portfolio, saying, I want to have 5% in gold, 5% in Bitcoin, and 5% in cash, 5% in commodities at this point in time. So he's a 5-5-5-5-5 guy. Cinco, 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 cinco. It's like somebody from a Mexican commercial in Family Guy. But continue on. Jones concluded his interview with CNBC stating that he liked Bitcoin as part of his portfolio diversification. For me, it's just a way of kind of foundationally looking at how do I protect my wealth over time. It's a great diversifier. Microstrategy is buying more BTC. Last week, Microstrategy announced it was looking to offload $500 million in bonds to purchase more BTC. Today, the company announced that it had successfully completed the $500 million offering, which is due back in 2028, with an interest rate of 6.125 annually. 5% in BTC is too little, says Saylor. Saylor also made a comment on Twitter regarding holding only 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. Saylor stated, if you invest 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, you have made the decision to invest 95% of your portfolio in assets getting demonetized by Bitcoin. Good point, Michael Saylor. But there we go. Another billionaire is getting in there. So 5% of his portfolio, let's multiply that by 5 if you love the number 5 so much. Alrighty. Let us move on from that billionaires talk and move on to government talk in the US. And we got Texas governor signs groundbreaking cryptocurrency bill into law. What? This was from the Texas governor Greg Abbott, and that he signed a bill that recognizes the legal status of virtual currencies. Way to go, Texas. I really want to go there. Close up this ad. There you go. Okay, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has signed into law a game-changing cryptocurrency bill, according to his recent tweet. I just signed a law that puts virtual currency under the Texas Uniform Commercial Code to be a secure transaction. It defines virtual currency, establishes when a person acquires a right in it, and when a person has control of it. The virtual currency bill, which positions the Lone Star State as one of the leaders in the crypto industry, was passed by both chambers of the Republican-dominated legislature in May. As reported by You Today, the legislation provides a formal definition of the term virtual currency while outlining guidelines for cryptocurrency business in the state. Abbott has also signed a bill that bans Zuckerbucks money funneled by private groups for administration state elections. Oh, way to go. We need that truly to help prevent election fraud. Zuckerbucks, I know that's reference to not a reference, but that is a schla. How do you even say that? It's making fun of Mark Zuckerberg. Let's just say that and all. But yeah, Texas is embracing the blockchain and crypto. On June 10th, the Texas Department of Banking clarified that the state chartered banks could custody cryptocurrencies in a notice. Earlier this June, Abbott also signed a bill that creates a master plan for expanding the blockchain industry in the state. Blockchain is a booming industry that Texas needs to be involved in. Last week, Texas Senator Ted Cruz said that Bitcoin had a lot of potential during his interview on Hannity. So yeah, let's just take a minute and just really just sit on that, because what does this really mean? Like, we've been getting great news that South America is adopting Bitcoin. Not just El Salvador, Brazil, Paraguay, Mexico was in the word. And yeah, let's take a look at what's been also happening with this right here, Texas. What's going on with Texas? Not only do we got Elon Musk there, but we have a bunch of mining factories. Going to be like the biggest mining farm is being built in Texas or stored in Texas. That's right across the street from Mexico. Mexico does business all over the world, all over other continents. You got Coca-Cola as one of their guys, and they go everywhere. So take that as you will, like with the news. If you don't think Bitcoin's going somewhere, think again. Keep doing your research. Alrighty, so enough with that. Let us move on with our last article. Banks won't exist in 10 years unless they change their business model. Crypto was invented by people to remove people from the equation. Back to my screen. Let's leave it on this one. The issue plaguing the financial world, whether centralized finance, insurance, lending, and other sorts of assets, all comes back to human error. For instance, why can't a dispensary put cash in a bank? Because of bad human judgment. These rules and regulations make zero practical sense. The blockchain ecosystem takes the human element out of the equation. Now the technology governs because Satoshi Nakamoto was smart enough to realize that someone has to remove people from the decisions process. In the decentralized finance, I don't need approval from a bank. If I want to borrow or lend money, I just need to meet certain automatic criteria. There's no prejudice, there's no judgment against somebody because of age or some fictitious scoring systems that can't be gained. It doesn't matter what race, gender, or sexuality persuasion you are. If you meet the criteria in DeFi, the transaction will be completed. If not, it won't. Simple as that. And there's no need for a middleman. In the white papers of Bitcoin, first sentence literally is a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash that can be transferred from person to person without a financial institution. Boom. That is the first sentence of the Bitcoin white papers written by Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi was smart enough to see that need to remove people from the equation. Big banks will reject your account application up front or wait for their compliance department to deny it, which then causes your money to be placed on hold. Beginning a long process of getting out your money, people smarten up. They realize you need to take people out of the equation because generally they make asinine decisions. Decentralized finance is the future unless these banks make a lot of very big changes to their business model in short order. They won't exist, Chase Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I don't care how big they are, these banks won't exist in 10 years if they don't fix the issues that are wrong that cryptocurrencies fix. Decentralized finance will spur forth world-changing innovations. Why I go put my money in a bank and earn 0.1% of interest or 0.25% of interest when I could instead put $1 million on a deposit into a staking system or a yield farming system and earn up to 15%. There is no reason to place money into a bank so they can make 6% on a mortgage and 8% on car loans off your money, where nobody benefits besides the banks itself. That's the biggest thing that's going to change over the next few years. You'll see fewer people put their money in banks and instead into these decentralized financial ecosystems. They'll smarten up and say, I'm going, they're going to smarten up and say, I'm going to not only put this in on deposit and earn money, but I'm going to borrow money against this DeFi platform in a lending. And instead of paying capital gains taxes on my profits because I had a taxable event by selling, I'm never going to sell. I'm going to borrow against my stash and pay small amounts of interest, which is probably going to be being by my appreciation in my staking earnings. So you'll be able to borrow money against these without paying taxes. So true. It eliminates almost all the traditional finance concerns that people have, which is putting money in the bank and not getting a return and then having to pay these enormous tax bills when they make a profitable investment. Yeah, so there you go. This article is by Brandon Hampton. And this is on where was this on? CryptoSlate.com. I will not put an article down below, but yeah, that he speaks the truth. That was like a hardcore, why put your money in banks? Banks need to make a decision. You may want to come out with a CBDC, but that does nothing. You're just making your current fiat digitize, which is already failing. So just by making it digital, you have a button to push what? You're going to be saving money on the printer, the paper, the paint. That's not going to be enough to save the entire issue. So yeah, these guys got to change their ways or bye-bye. Alrighty, let us finish off this video as we look over the coin market cap. Bitcoin is currently at $40,379. Ethereum's at $2,586. Binance is at $371. Dogecoin is at 32 cents. XRP is at 88 cents. Uniswap's at $24.12. Litecoin's moving up a little at $179.12. And who else do we got? Theta, we're at $9.03. Way to go. Stellar Loomis is at 34 cents. And there you have it. AMP is actually moving up to 31%. That's a big guy. I know John Kim of the Litecoin Foundation definitely is bumping that guy up. So take your look, see if you like it or not. But that's all new. And lastly, we look at our crypto fear to greed index. We are currently sitting at a 38, which is now fear. We are in that yellow, so it's a good time to start hobbling, see where the things go, and maybe take profit. If you drop down back into fear, back up that truck. But as we closer get to greed, be more cautious. For those of you who don't know the fear to greed index, when we see signs of extreme fear, that could be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity. But when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. So there you have it. All the crypto daily news that you need. And for those of you who are still around, thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. I am almost done with that Bitcoin white paper video. If you want to watch it, just scan that QR code and it will be there for you. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, and I hope you have pleasant dreams. So the Sherpa is out, and I'll see you tomorrow.